Well, this is cool. Oh, wow. What a Milotic set. That's clearly like a Techmon, which actually is going to be a little bit annoying into my Heatran because it can actually hit it properly. However, this is theoretically where Heatran is going to shine in this matchup. But notice that they have Behemoth Bash now. It's so annoying. Why did the Terra Fairy Calyrex have to win just before EUIC? They were all Heavy Slam. Now Behemoth Bash two-shots my Terra Fairy Heatran. It's so annoying. Right, so especially because they're safe goals and they have two grass types, I don't want to bring my Brute Bonnet. I might just lead Groudon straight away. I think Groudon straight away is a pretty decent shout. Yeah, that seems fine. Walking Wake and... I don't really bring Gouging Fire to Zamazenta. It doesn't look the best here. I could still bring Brute Bonnet anyway, just as Rage Powder, but it doesn't really help. No, I think I'm going to go Flatter Me. Okay, that's fine. They can just Tailwind and whatever here. So I'm always Terra Fairying in this matchup, so I think I shall do so. And I'll just do this. Because they can barely do anything to my Heatran. That's fine. Now they literally... This is one of the downsides. Like, it's 90% accurate. It's 90% accurate. Not quite. But they can't touch my Heatran at all now. So I will do this and this. I think that my Walking Wake is less valuable here. They should just Moonblast or Light Screen, and then they can still overheat. If they switch out the Chi-Yu, that's fine as well. They didn't switch, that's fine. Yep, just Moonblast. Not quite KO, but then overheat will be. But then this time, Heatran, thank you kindly, is going to KO. Cool. And now the Chi-Yu is not as effective here. So... Still got 2 turns of Tailwind. Let's go Groudon. Yeah. Because it was going to be Zamazenta. I think it's probably worth just double protecting first. I think that should be fine. They were always going to Terra Dragon. Like, that was obvious. Yeah, Behemoth Bash two-shots me, which is really annoying. Right, so then... Terra Blast in close combat should get it, right? Yeah, there's the body press. Overheat won't get me. What? You were -2. I know you were in the sun, but what? That shouldn't have got me. Right, so how fast is this Zamazenta then? We will see. I will substitute here and Moonblast. Don't be max speed, because I've intentionally not gone max speed. Yeah, they just protect, so that's okay. But this, again, won't KO me. Especially because I'm Assault Vest. Then... Storm and Moonblast. Yep, good. And now it is guaranteed because... I say guaranteed, I need to hit first. It is now guaranteed because the Chi-Yu has just been locked into a fire move against my Heatran. So, Terra Blast, Moonblast. They are faster, so they do get that information, but this is completely sealed. As you can see, Heatran is absolute god tier against Zamazenta. Even though they've got Behemoth Bash now. Even though. So what would they do to switch up? Because Chi-Yu was terrible for them there, even though it got 2 KOs. I still want to bring Heatran for sure. Still think this lead is perfectly fine. They are max speed Zamazenta, so I don't think my Fluttermane is as good. My Couching Fire isn't that great, but I think it might be better than Fluttermane here. I'm considering a different Terra on Fluttermane as well, because like if I go Terra Fire, then I'll resist the Steel moves, and I'll be able to take on Zamazenta a lot better. They went with the same lead for some reason. Not really sure why. So I guess this time I'll just KO them both. Right? No, they Dark Pulse when I could have Terra Fairy'd. That's a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. So I'll double protect here just to sort the first turn Tailwinds. Yep, they're always going to go for that. Then Heatran is not going to be able to do its thing now. So I'll... yeah, I'll go Gouging Fire. Yeah, there's the Throat Chop, there's the Body Press. And then hopefully I can get a burn on something. They shouldn't attack Gouging Fire. Like, they shouldn't attack Gouging Fire here, right? I guess, no, if they Sucker Punch, but then if I Dragon Dance. Because they'll just get burned if they attack the Gouging Fire here, right? So I'm going to make a slight prediction and go for Heat Crash. Because theoretically you can't. Okay, Sucker Punch, yeah, it was still Sucker Punch. Right, then that means my Walk and Wake underspeeds. I'm definitely Terra Firing here. No, the double up into the Walking Wake will get me, won't it? It will get me. Oh, what? Okay, they see what I'm looking into and Stall the Sun, so that makes sense. Don't think there's still a way out of this. Yeah, there's not a way out, because they'll just double the Walk and Wake now. Throat Chop and Body Press guarantees it, and then I cannot break through. So what went wrong in that one? Because this should be an easy matchup. Then letting them Dark Pulse might mean not Terra Fairying. That's what went wrong. But then Behemoth Bash would have still KO'd me anyway. So let's not get a double KO this time. So I still want to go with Heatran and KO the Whimsicott turn 1. And let's go Brute Bonnet just to sacrifice it. Because then, if they lock into a Fire move to KO my Brute Bonnet, then their Chi-Yu is useless. So this is one of the things where I need to not get a KO into them. I need to lead that way around, because that's correct. It doesn't make a difference, but that's correct. So now do they switch it up? Because their lead worked out this time, but I know what to do against it now. Not to get a double KO. And especially not let my Heatran take so much damage. Let's put the timer on. They're only 1400s, so... Although I lost a little bit. I'm 1506 at the moment. It's weird that, like, me hovering over my avatar gives me that and it doesn't come up on the actual recording. Yeah, they will go with the same thing. That's fine. So, yeah, I will Spore and I will Magma Storm here. And if they KO my Brute Bonnet, then they are locked into a Fire move and cannot hit Heatran. Just Snarl, that's fine. Because that is a KO'd Whimsicott with the Beads of Ruin helping and a sleeping Chi-Yu. So I'm going to go with this. Yep, that's fine. I get a free Magma Storm. Nice chip. And they're trapped, so they're stuck snarling. So now let's go Spore here and switch to Groudon, because then I get defense boost and my Brute Bonnet was able to shrug off this very comfortably. They'll use their Terra Dragon. Very nice. And they stay asleep. Perfect. So this is a huge improvement. So let's go for... what's the way to do this? Is to not get a KO and to get my Walking Wake in on this turn. Right? So it's close combat. And no, because then they don't KO me. That's just covering for the champ. I'll switch him. No, just hard switch. It's fine. So they're locked into Snarl, which doesn't really matter. There we go. And now you're in Dragon Pulse range. And you've used your Terror, I can go for Dragon Pulse here, and I can go for Close Combat here. And double KO. They can't KO my Walk and Wait this turn. If they wake up, it's fine. They do, doesn't matter, because that is a KO'd Zamazenta, and they cannot speak to my Heatran and root on it with the Walk and Wake helping. Cool. So I upload the other one. I can't remember. I'll do it anyway. Cool. It is annoying that Zamazentas are starting to run Behemoth Bash. You have no idea how frustrating that is. Okay, Hard Trick with Hatterene is not good, because they can Magic Bounce my Spore. And I mainly Spore through Trick Room. And they're not Psychics, they're not Safety Gorgs on there, but that should be okay. So, Brute Bonnet, Heatran. If they go Ogerpon and Calyrex, that's the worst case. Because I can't Spore the Ogerpon. I need to do the high horsepower immediately, and then I need to Magma Storm and C-Bomb the Ogerpon, but then that gets the switch-ins that they need. Obviously, Groudon and Walk and Wake is going to be good here. They should not bring Torkoal. It's awful against my team. It's one of the worst Pokemon you can bring against my team. So I can eliminate that. They'll bring Calyrex, Redirection, Iron Hands. I feel like I faced this team before because it's the... I recognise the White Herb Iron Hands. Yeah, I recognise the White Herb Iron Hands. I'm pretty sure I've played this team already. Right, they could Protect and Close Combat my Brute Bonnet. I can live an Urshifu's Close Combat. It'll be a roll if it's a max HP Iron Hands one. But I will still Spore and Substitute. I feel like they should go for Protect and Close Combat, but if they do, then next turn I get to Magma Storm and... No, because they're Terra Fire. Well, no, I can go into Walk and Wake and Hydro Steam and Magma Storm, and then I'll be okay. Oh, they go with Hatterene, that's okay. That's fine. That one's perfectly fine. Because the Magic Bowser doesn't make a difference, and they break the sub there. So, will a Seed Bomb and a Magma Storm get the Hatterene? I'm not confident it will. Would a Magma Storm get the... Sucker Punch and Magma Storm? It's White Herb, it should. And then I'm playing the odds. Just hit! Nice. What? No! No! That's absolute worst case because they get the paid switch as well. That's not good. That's awful. However, let's try and snipe them, but it's not going to help because they're just going to Dazzle Gleam. However, if I KO the Calyrex this turn, then Heatran should beat the Hatterene and whatever the other Pokemon is. So if I can snipe the Calyrex like this, just be strong enough Walk and Wake. They need to not have much bulk. High horsepower shouldn't get me. Yes, Walk and Wake strong. Nice, nice. Okay, that's why we run Specs and Special Attack on the Walk and Wake. Nice. So I should survive, and then this KOs the Ogerpon. It's not Zoom Lens. Nice. And that's not enough. It's not enough. Yeah, that is not enough, unfortunately. So it's Protect here. And then I must attack the Ogerpon. And then I will not get the Hatterene. Psychic and... Psychic might even get me because it's Life Orb. Oh wait, did I miscount the Trick Room? I miscounted the Trick Room, didn't I? Oh no, they... Oh, smart, smart, smart. They reverse Trick Room. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's not good. However, this team is not the most common, so... Well, I have seen it on the ladder a bit. It might pop up. Who knows? This might be, like, Alex Soto or something. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being Alex Soto. Right, so... Let's go Brute Bonnet Heatran still, I think. I think these are still the correct four. I'm going to try and snipe the Iron Hands. Okay, I'm not going to snipe it, because they're going to KO my Heatran now. Nope, they're going to go for my Groudon. Cool. Now the Iron Hands is trapped. So, I can go for just Close Combat and Substitute. Right? Because if they Trick Room, I get to keep my Groudon for an extra turn. Yep, they do Trick Room. That's okay. Just the Hatterene. If they double Trick Room immediately, good play. Alright, this is Alex Soto. I'm already claiming this is Alex Soto. Like, he always makes that play. So then I guess I'll just sacrifice Groudon. Right. Yeah. Right, so... will they Psychic and Higher Horsepower me? So I'll Flare Blitz here just in case. And then, yeah. Yeah, they do. However, that means... nope, they don't. That's fine. So, Heatran, do your thing. Nice. And next turn, a Protect will KO it. I can also Sucker Punch it if I would like. Can I stall out these Trick Room turns? Because if I can Hydro Steam just KO the Calyrex now. What's the correct way of doing this? Because if I tear up Water the Brute Bonnet, then I can't Terra the Heatran anymore, and I can't Terra the Walking Wake. But I should be living, right? Surely living. That should be the correct way rounds, right? Yep, that makes sense. And they KO themselves. I mean, they're making all the plays they need to, but now I should be fine, right? I go for Seed Bomb and Sub. Yep, that's good. And then... hit the Magma Storm, and then they stay asleep. This is, like, again, I have to play the odds here, but the odds are doing well so far. Heatran. Not the most ideal. Yeah, that's not good. Agriculture shouldn't KO my Heatran, though. And Walking Wake should just be able to Oko the Calyrex. That was the correct play from them. They are too good at this game. And now I lose. Because then they get two of them. No, I should still be fine, right? There's a way to do it. I can Spore here. I definitely Spore there. And a Hydro Steam here works, right? Apparently it didn't work. What? Walking Wake, you let me down. Ah, oh, rubbish. Yeah, I'm making the claim that's Alex Soto, because that was, like, perfectly played Trick Room. That's a bad matchup for me in the first place, and there were definitely paths to victory. But I'm making the claim that's Alex Soto. So if you see that team of 6 on Alex Soto, then you'll see that I was correct. But yeah, that's a tricky matchup for sure. Like, the Hatterene is what makes it annoying, because I can't just safely Spore everything. And my Pokemon were just not strong enough as well. Like, the Iron Hand survived on 1. The Ogerpon just survived the Hydro Steam as well. Was originally a modest one with 5 more special attack on the Walking Wake, and I reckon that set would have been able to win. But, alas. Okay, so again, Zacian. Yeah, it's Terra Ground, Terra Blast. That's the annoying one. Because then there's Mind Games with the Heatran. the life orb one. That's understandable. This one doesn't seem the most ideal. And I don't think they should go Regidrago because I've got Resist, I've got Terra Fairy, I've got Actual Fairy. And I think Gouging Fire for the last. Yep, that one's fine. And I can just Rage Powder and Magma Storm here, right? Do they have Play Rough? They don't have Play Rough, so the Brute Bonnet doesn't get KO'd here. So yeah, I think this is fine. They Protect and Tailwind, doesn't really matter. Supposedly. I can't sub because they got Encore. Okay, that did way more than I was expecting it to. That's like offensive Whimsicott with Covert Cloak. Well, now I get KO'd. They should Terra Ground. Yeah, that's not good for me. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the extra chip into this Terra Ground. As they, like, they're not going to Terra Ground. Terra Blast, that would be terrible. Yeah, there you go. Got free chip. Don't do it. Okay, good. And not quite. Okay. So if I go with this, then I can Heat Crash and... that doesn't help. It's just a mind game of do I Behemoth... not Behemoth. Terra Fairy in the Behemoth Blade. I'm just going to Protect. That one's fine. I'm happy enough with that. Because I still have a mind game with them. But if they have Regidrago, then there is no mind game. They get to Behemoth Blade. Gets Regidrago. There is no mind game. So they Behemoth Blade and they... No, it should be Terra Blast, shouldn't it? Right? It's Terra Blast and Dragon Energy, that gets it. Yeah, I'm quite pinned here. I think I need a double Protect. I believe I need a double Protect here. How much is he crush against them? Yeah, it's 40 against Vijaya. I need a double Protect, yes. Because they get me with both. No, what? They did Behemoth Blade. Why? That was wrong. Okay, so there's still a chance here. Especially because it's GU, there's a chance. Right? There's a chance. That should have always been Terra Ground and Dragon Energy, because that would have got my Heatran. But this should KO with the Beads of Ruins help, right? Yeah, they did not follow the correct logic. Like they were obviously predicting the Terra for the Dragon Energy, but Dragon Energy and Terra Blast will get my Heatran. If I do Terra, it will get my Heatran, right? No, it won't. No, because of course I don't take the damage. I had it in my head there that was like Terra Ground and Dragon Energy will hit my just non-Terrid Heatran, but obviously that's going to get me. So I guess I just got a good prediction. So let's Break and Swipe on this turn, and Terra Blast, 100% accurate. And there we go. So I got the mind game correct, even though I had the mind game wrong in my head, which is quite funny. So I could go with Koraidon and Walking Wake, and then just Terra Water, Hydro Steam. That would be reasonable. But I think I still want these. They did bring Regidrago. So long as I've taken care of the Zacian, Fluttermane will be better. So I need to make sure I've taken care of the Zacian. Oh, they went with the Mugus. That's not correct, because you can't redirect me. What? Like, that's just wrong, isn't it? Right? Yeah, like, what? That doesn't work for you. Like, yeah, that was good damage, especially because of the crit, but that doesn't work. What are they doing? Right, I'll go for the sub, just to, because they literally can't do anything. If they spawn my Brute Bonnet, good play. They did not. And then now we're just playing the odds, right? So let's just double into this. Because they stay asleep. Yeah, they just Rage Powder. This is double KO. They stay asleep. It was worth playing the odds because it was in my favour. Nice. And the game is surely locked up with a Breaking Swipe now. So, well, with a Terra Fairy as well. So, that means Breaking Swipe and just Terra Blast here. And that will KO the Chi-Yu, because look how strong the Breaking Swipe is. Yes, I know that was a critical hit, but that didn't matter. And the Regidrago will KO... No, it won't KO itself because I'm a dragon. I'm a fairy now. And then I don't reveal my last one. Cool. That one was fine. Their Amoonguss Sashim was not a good lead into Brute Bonnet Heatran. I'm not really sure what they were thinking there. That was very strange. I do wonder how many of these videos I'm actually going to be able to do. Because I've done a lot of practice already, and only just being able to start recording with not too long until EUIC. So, who knows how many of these I end up getting. Also, who's even going to be laddering at the same time as me? Because what, I'm in the 1500s. What's the ladder like? Goes up to 18. What? Whoa, what a gap. What? That was like almost 100. Right, this is what I'm talking about. Groudon is now a thing. So I need my Walking Wake for it to be a thing. However, Jumpluff is not here. Jumpluff Groudon is my worst matchup. So, hopefully I don't face any of those. That one is literally, do they connect Sleep Powders or not? And I do not respect that game plan if you're going with that, but it clearly works because it's an average of a 1.5 turns sleep. So it is in your favour, and it's objectively a good thing. However, it's not good. I disagree with Protect over Burning Bulwark. Like, just accept the status. The burns are too good. Alright, so Walk and Wake is God tier here. That's the whole point. But so is my Heatran if I Terra Fairy. Which I think is very reasonable to do. Alright, let's just go with this for now and see what happens. Because I want to work out this matchup. I haven't faced too many of these. I just need to work out this matchup. And I feel like there's other, like, Amoonguss Farigiraf is different on the... Is it Chinese Sun is what they're calling it? I think it's Chinese Sun. Yep, it's just Groudon and Amoonguss. That's fine, so I can Terra Fairy. Heat Crush should not KO my Brute Bonnet because it's an absolute beast. I mean, I'm going to work out if it does. Yep, it's an absolute beast, so, you know, perfect. And they even give me the paid switch. How very kind of them. So, now... If I go with Walk and Wake, I can pin them with Hydro Steam here, forcing them to follow me, and then just next turn I can get them. However, if they, they just Rage Powder, that's fine, because this will be... Whoa, look how strong Walking Wake is. That's not ideal. However, let's just do the same thing. Let's double here, and this time it'll just stay asleep and I'll get extra damage. Yep, like so. And connect. Good. Now they're trapped, and I definitely get to Hydro Steam you. Raging Bolt will be able to KO my Walking Wake, but this is a guaranteed Hydro Steam into this Groudon. There is nothing they can do. Their Assault Vest, like, they can't even protect. This is absolutely guaranteed. I will Terra Blast into this Raging Bolt. I should have gone for... What? What? I mean, amusingly, I'm still fine here, because I can double protect, and then I can Breaking Swipe KO. But what is that damage? Like, what? Let's just have a look here. Because that is too strong. And something I might need to calc for. That's got to have been a roll, right? So, Terrasilize, Electric. It was a roll. Okay. That's not my bulk. That's my bulk. So it's a roll way in their favour. Good to know. Okay, they protect as well, foolishly. The sun's gone. It was not so foolish. Didn't factor that in, because Breaking Swipe won't KO anymore, but Close Combat still does, and Terror Blast will get the Groudon. Didn't factor in that Thunderclap. Yeah, I've thrown away this game. That Thunderclap KO was a big surprise, but again, that's a good thing that it happened now, so it doesn't happen in the actual tournament. So, yeah, that would have KO'd with the sun. So, I messed up by not going for the last attack in the sun. I was getting that extra bit of chip with the Magma Storm, but that was not the correct play. So, I think I'll still go with the same thing. I think that was reasonable, and I just threw it away. But is throwing away not expecting a move to KO you? I don't think that's throwing. But now I know. And that's good that I know now. Alright, so if I just Terror, I'm good, right? Right? As in, here, sacrifice the Heatran to the Precipice Blades, then I get the switch to Walk and Wake, and I just Hydro Steam everything. Right? And if they get greedy and don't Precipice Blades, then I get absolutely massive damage into the Groudon. Yeah, because that's nothing. This is worth sacrificing Heatran for. Yeah, it's fine. Because I can now go into Walk and Wake, and I can Spore the Groudon and Hydro Steam here, and that should be a KO. Yep, like so. They can't KO either of my Pokemon. It's worth taking this chip. Right, if they go into Raging Bolt, they can't Thunderclap, right? Go into Amoonguss. Okay, I didn't factor that in. Whoops. So, Groudon and Hydro Steam. Okay, they let me have the Groudon. That's not good. I think I've thrown this away again. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I've got myself into a position that's not good. I guess I need to go through this, because that is not good. Dodge Dracos, because they Rage Powder on Draco the Groudon, and I'm pinned, because it's a guaranteed turn of sleep. If I switch out and switch back in, they'll Terra Fairy. Yeah, I'm completely pinned. I need to dodge some Dracos. Or that. This is still technically doable then. Because Flare Blitz will OHKO the Amoonguss, so I get a first turn Wake. If I get a first turn Wake, this is still doable. I didn't get a first turn Wake, this is no longer doable. I guess if they let me. I'll Spore here because they should Terra Fairy. But yeah, that was a potential throw from them. Because if I got the first turn Wake, I would have won. But, oh, not quite, not quite. Cool. So I need to go back over these, because these were very winnable, and that's the whole point of the practice. That's something that some people don't tend to do, is if they lose, they just close the tabs and move on, and I am guilty of that a lot. However, that's the point of this practice, so I'm still happy with this as a first turn. No, that's worth it. That's for sure worth it. Sleeping Groudon and subbed Heatran is worth it. I did miss the Magma Storm here. Would that have changed things? It didn't, did it? Because they just stayed asleep regardless. No, because then they would have taken an extra turn of sleep and they would have stayed asleep on the next turn. So that would have come into play, but, you know, that's Magma Storm for you. Can't complain about that. Because, yeah, they wouldn't have woken up on this turn, and then they wouldn't have done they wouldn't have broken the substitute on the Heatran. Like, this caught me off guard. This is a surprise KO, for sure. Raging Bolt's pretty strong. Because they wouldn't have woken up, I'd have kept my substitute, and also here I should have Magma Stormed, because that would have done so much more damage to the Raging Bolt. Probably put it in range of... No, and it would have put it in range of Breaking Swipe, so that was where the mistake was. Here was another mistake, not tracking Sun. Because I could have just gone for... KO into Groudon on that turn. And then here was a mistake if I went for Substitute. Substitute and Close Combat into the Groudon would have won. So there were for sure paths to victory in this one. Because that's the whole point of this practice, right? To find those paths to victory. Lose now so we win in the EUIC. Am I still happy just sacrificing Heatran? I could have protected and spored the Groudon. That would have probably been better, right? Is it worth have just KOing the Groudon on this turn and leaving the Walking Wake to... Not Walking Wake, Gouging Fire to stay asleep? Because again, I'd still be playing the odds. Because this got me out of position. Then just having a Moongus waiting in the back. And they spawned my Brute Bonnet, didn't they? Yeah, okay. So that was a very solid play from them. That made a lot of sense from them. Because if they didn't spawn me there, then Koraidon just sweeps through the Flare Blitz. I think this was a mistake from them. Because as far as I can see, Rage Powder Draco just wins. And this gave me a chance to Flare Blitz. But, of course, not quite. And then I think I was just pinned from here because this was not a KO. I needed the special attack boost to be able to get that KO. Cool. Those were entirely winnable. And I need to work out the path to victory in the actual tournaments. You wouldn't think so, but Heatran is really good into Kyogre. You really wouldn't think so. But if I can trap that Kyogre... and then I switch in my Koraidon, they can't switch out, and then they kind of useless. So, yeah, Brute Bonnet, Heatran, Koraidon, Walking Wake is theoretically what's going to be brought against Kyogre teams. This is a slight variation on Kyogre. Does the Chien-Pao Dragonites change anything? Potentially, but we'll find out after this, because this is my go-to against Kyogre stuff. Like, you really wouldn't think that Heatran's good against Kyogre, but it is. Against the Calm Mind one, I should say. Against Calm Mind, it's really good. This is not Calm Mind. But against the hyper offense versions of it, where it's literally just Mystic Water, Water Spout, and all that stuff, Heatran isn't as good. But against the Calm Mind one, it's really good. It's funny when they put the timer on and then they take ages. Right, there we go. Okay, they went with Kyogre, so that's fine. So, because they're somewhat in an awkward position, because if they Terra Grass, they take extra damage from my Magma Storm. And if they don't Terra Grass, then they could have been spored. So, yep, they do. That's fine. Yep, they went for Rain Dance trying to catch me, but nope, that's not the case, because I'm clutch and live. Now you're trapped. And now you're asleep. So, I can play the odds here and just switch to Koraidon and protect. And then, does the Tornadus stay asleep? I feel like they should Ice Beam here. So I might get a little bit greedy here. Because they should Ice Beam, right? Yeah, like so. And my Brute Bonnet is absolutely clutch, because of course it is. And now they're trapped in, which means that I can Sucker Punch KO them. So if they protect, and again, I can play the odds and get just Sucker Punch here and Terra Blast here. Yep, they do protect. Do they get the Wake Up? Yep, they do, and Bleakman Storm double KO. That's a little bit annoying. But now they'll Tailwind / Rain Dance. If they Rain Dance, then I'll be able to just KO them still. But Walk and Wake is still decent, because it is in the... is it worth Terra? No, I can't Terra. I've already Terra'd. So, I think, again, slightly suboptimal for me. Yeah, they do Rain Dance, but this is okay, right? Yep, cool. That means they didn't Tailwind, so... Let's see. Chien-Pao Dragonite, most likely. Yes, it is. So that means that they can't Terra. So it's definitely Breaking Swipe. And... let's go for the Dragonite because it's guaranteed. Yep, they should KO my Walk and Wake. However, Breaking Swipe might save me. It won't, because it didn't KO the Dragonite. Yeah, and then they get the double KO, because they are strong enough. It's a shame that the Beads of Ruin didn't help enough. Right, so what to do differently against that? Leave it the Walk and Wake. Leave it the Walk and Wake is the answer to that. And Heatran will be good against what's in the back, but is it worth bringing that compared to something like Fluttermane, which would be really good at stopping the extreme speeds? I'm going to go with the Fluttermane. So like I said, the Heatran's good against the Calm Mind variant of Kyogre, and this is not the Calm Mind variant of Kyogre. There we go, same again. So I should be able to just Oko the Tornadus. Right. And again, I'm forcing the Terra Grass. So let's Sucker Punch instead and KO the Tornadus. They did not Terra Grass, so good play from them. And what? That didn't KO? Huh. Well, that's a terrible position for me then. Well, at least this forces Rain Dance. Which is not the worst, because Close Combat will still KO the Kyogre. Okay, good play, good play. That makes sense. That still did loads to Dragonite. What? But they've lost Rain Dance now. But Terra Normal Extreme Speed should get my Walking Away. So that is a shame I didn't Spore. But it didn't make a difference because they KO'd me, right? Yeah, it didn't make a difference. Fluttermane and attempt to Hydro Steam the Dragonite. But I think this is a losing position now. They did look into Extreme Speed though. No, this KOs my Fluttermane. No, it doesn't. Not quite. And it won't now. My Fluttermane should survive. No, it won't, because it did enough. Yeah, that's not enough. So if it did 69, it will do 34, and that's still strong enough. Oh, they Ice Beamed. Did they mess up? Because now, hopefully, my Groudon is faster. Yeah, I'm playing for my Groudon being faster now. I mean, they're leftovers, so it's very reasonable for it to be able to. So I'm living that, and then I am faster, so... Oh, they got Chien-Pao, so they do win. Because they Sucker Punch here, and then I can't KO them. So, yes, they do win. Yes. There is no way out. Because if they Sucker Punch here, there is no way out. Yes. Cool. And then they win. So, what could have been done differently there? Sporing in the game 2 was obviously what could have been done, but I got KO'd anyway, so it made no difference. So Sucker Punch was the correct play. This was fine. Like, this was the most optimal turn it could have been. Again, that makes sense. But maybe Heatran should have Magma Stormed the Kyogre again. Obviously, they were going to protect on the Sucker Punch here, so... well, this was a first turn wake as well, so if they'd have stayed asleep, then they would have been pinned by Sucker Punch. Which wouldn't have been the worst thing. And then obviously they can Rain Dance, but that's strong enough, makes a difference. And then Groudon not quite being strong enough here was what it was. So, because if that would have KO'd, then I would have been able to win, because I'd have lived an Ice Spinner with the -1. And then here... the correct play would have been to Draco the Kyogre and Sucker Punch the Kyogre, because then that would have KO'd it, most likely. Because then now they get to preserve the Kyogre, which makes sense. If I'd have Breaking Swiped there, Breaking Swipe and... Yeah, Breaking Swipe and Hydro Steam would have been able to win the game there, because that would have KO'd the Dragonite and the Tornadus on this turn. Then I switch out the Groudon, and then switch it back in, and then I get the Weather Control. And then I should have been okay. Here, I don't think there was anything else I could have done, because then I was pinned by the Chien-Pao. So, yes. And dropping lower and lower. So with these practice games already, I have come up with a net negative. good, because the point is you lose as much as you can now so that you win in the tournament.